European arrest warrant, which sounds like a mouthful, but that is basically where countries in the EU cooperate with each other to bring terrorists and criminals to justice. And it's that partnership with other countries that has brought, like people who, 7/7 bombings, other major terrorist and criminal incidents, we've been able to bring them to justice because of our cooperation in the EU. So I think it's one of the reasons why we should stay in. Yeah.
Oh, do you think taxes will go up if we stayed out, if we went out?
Well, yes, because I think, you know, we've got, it's interesting this because there's so much kind of noise in this debate. It's quite hard to sort the truth from the fiction. But forget about what the different sides in this argument say, but listen to what the independent experts say. They all say our economy will be weaker if we left, and there will be less tax revenue for the government. Now, if there's less tax revenue for the government, you've got to plug the hole that results. So, you know, fewer people in work, fewer people paying taxes, less revenue for the government. You either got to cut public services or you've got to raise taxes. And so I think there would be, and that's one of the reasons for Remain. I think it's a sort of better option for our economy. We went through a recession, we went through tax rises, spending cuts, we're still going through them. We don't want to make them any worse. Your question at the back.
Yeah, I'm all for cooperation with the company. But what does cooperation and free trade agreements mean when we have to bow to foreign courts? And then we'll take precedent over us. What's
your name?
Simon.
So Simon's asking about something called, I think, called the Transatlantic Trade and Investment Partnership. Is that right? It's called, which is an attempt by the European Union and the United States to have a free trade agreement. And you're saying, you know, we've got to make sure that we're in favour of free trade, but we don't want. Maybe this wasn't your question. I thought your question was about that, and we don't want those, if you like, courts to kind of overrule governments. Is that right?
Yeah, that's part of it, but there are other systems. Like the EU seems to be moving towards being almost like a federal type government. Like it's got a chancellor, which is acting like evidence for that, and they're championing our independence. I mean, like, we work together of our own free will. Why do we have to be compelled to by law?
Well, we're not. I mean, clearly, we're not compelled to because we've got a choice in this referendum. So the thing I'd say to you is that.
Held 40 years afterwards. We have to wait another 40 years if they do stuff.
Well, you might. I mean, look, it's a once in a generation thing. But let me just try and answer that question because it is an important question. We elect a government here, just like the other 27 countries elect governments, and they work together basically. So the power flows through national governments. Now, it is national governments working together. That is absolutely true. And you don't, like any club, think of any club you're a member of, or any group of 28 people, you don't always get your way. I suppose my argument to you is we're stronger cooperating with others in this club than we are on our own. So there are some countries that are like right on their own, yeah? They're not part of any club or any... North Korea is like the most extreme example. I'm not saying we're about to become like North Korea, but they're the most extreme example. They're like isolated and on their own. Now, I think whether it's in the EU or in NATO, which is about defence, or the United Nations, I think we're stronger collaborating with others.
I agree with that, but